followers, that'd be great. I stream a lot of tournaments here, a lot of clan wars, show matches, and of course myself playing, which isn't the most exciting thing in the world, but I might make you laugh every now and then. So all that stuff is good. And now we are going to get an invite to the lobby. So looks like our next map here, I think it's at Antigua Shipyard. I clicked on it before I saw it. No, it's Metropolis. It is Metropolis. And
I'm back, by the way.
Oh, awesome. Hello, Laughing Man. I was just talking about StarCraft mostly. And I'm sure people look forward to new things coming up. It looks like, who is prOperty going to be choosing here? Well, I'm not sure because I think they're all playing on the Team prOperty account.
Dude, I just can't believe I picked that build, man.
Yeah,
I think I've picked like both builds now because like who's gonna go for something aggressive? So I went inside the base on Tal'Darim and today, man, I think I'm just getting to this point where I'm just gonna like, yeah, man, just feeling good.
It looks like it's Hob, by the way, for Team prOperty. So it's gonna be another Zerg. It's gonna be another PvZ. Saravati showing a really cool build the last game that Laughing Man totally called. And will he do it again? Probably not. Like to vary it up a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, most like GM players and really pro players. I mean, let's be honest here. Most of these guys are pretty much semi-pros to professional players. You really want 3 to 4 builds that you just know. You just like pretty much perfect in. You wouldn't really want to pull out something that's kind of you're not really practiced in, unless you're gonna do some weird all-in. But yeah. So, Metropolis, man. I want to let you do the introductions, obviously, but yeah, I really like this map, by the way, especially in PvZ.
Oh yeah, absolutely, a lot of fun. I like Zergs who are active on this map. I think this is a map where you can really start punishing people for lingering bias, because if your opponent is out on the map, they are so far away from their base, just period. You can really get away with that. But before we get talking too much about it, spawning here in the 9 o'clock position, playing for Team prOperty, he is Hob, and he is the blue Zerg. And his opponent is going to be the purple Protoss, victor of the last 2 games, playing for Team Clarity Gaming. He is Saravati, and we are here on Metropolis.
Metropolis, man, such a good map. So, guys, this is another map that's really good for the Soul Train, baby. So, the parting Soul Train, man, it leaves every time at 10, ding ding, and just kind of kills everything. So, I don't know. I think this would be a good map for it because I know for a fact if you verse Zerg in this map, it can be really frustrating because. Again, the 3 bases, I mean, I wouldn't say very easy to take, but once you kind of get that foothold, if you get a really strong foothold, you can just take pretty much 5 bases if you're kind of really solid about it. And again, Hobbs, obviously, he way to do it, man. I really think that, obviously if he's a Zerg player, he would be obviously pretty versed in this map because this still is in tournaments, so he definitely be practicing this a lot. Maybe he's got his own little special build just for this map. And yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this is a pick. Best of 7 all-kill match. People pick players for a reason, and, I'm betting that Hob here has got some ZVP specialty. And the thing I like about Metropolis is, it's a big map, but it is linear. You are spreading creep in one direction, and I mean, we see Scarlet dominate this map with her creep spread, and that's the reason it's very easy to get that foothold on those 4 or 5 bases and cover that area very well. We
have a gateway opening.
Oh, do we?
Saravati, you, sir, are a legend. So, gateway openings. This is really, really interesting. I guess let's go through the pros and cons versus a Zerg. You won't get your expansion up as quick, but again, you can you kind of throw off all the Zerg's timings. Most of the time, they verse like 99% of the time they verse a forge opening. So they're like, all right, I know all the timings in my head, but against the gateway opening, what the hell is that? Like, could you 4-gate? Could you 3-gate pressure? Could you do so many different openings? If you're greedy at all, you can get punished and you can die. And is he gonna? No, he's not gonna lose that probe. But yeah. So it's gonna be completely on how Hobbs kind of scouts here. So we have Gateway Forge. Interesting.
Yeah, he was not going straight for the Cybercore. I was watching for that too. I'm like, oh, what is it gonna be from Saravati? But so he's not gonna be crazy pressure. But still, this is a much earlier gateway than you're going to get with the Forge Fast Expand, and you can get that Cybernetics Core at any time. It looks like he's going to be laying it down right now there to seal up that wall, and he leaves the probe on the outside. Very nice. So he's going to be able to scout. So, I mean, the Zerg has the timing of that Cybernetics Core, but just knowing that timing is not enough. You've got to know what your opponent is up to. He could do anything. He could be that gate pressure, could even be a Stargate, could even be a DT rush, which is just going to come so much quicker now. The possibilities are endless, and it's going to make Hob here take his gas a little bit sooner, probably.
Yeah, definitely. Like, you always want to make sure you open up gas I mean, majority of the time, or you just want to at least get Ling's speed, just to kind of stop any 4-gate or any like really early gateway pressure, because usually Lings can pretty much stop you know, any non-upgraded Zealot force. So yeah, I'd say +1 would be really, really. Oh, actually, he didn't.
In the warp gate.
Yeah, but I just realized something. He didn't. He hasn't mined 50 gas.
Oh, he pulled out.
Oh, this is going to be like a
Korean
7 or 8 gate. A 7 or 8 gate, I feel. Just mass Zealot. Oh,
and
this
look
is...
at this. Hob is taking the fast third. The normally a little bit later than normal, but still a very fast third off of that, you know, that forward fast expansion general play. And Saravati is going to scout it, and there's no reason for him not to continue with this pressure. It is going to be brutal.
Oh, this is so good. This is... Oh, this is actually... There we go. We have the 4 gates. What's it going to be? So it's 5 gates. It's going to be 6. There we go. You have 6 gates. So is it going to be that Korean 7 or 8 gate? I guess we'll see.
Oh my god, this is going to be so scary. I mean, the Zerglings, or the Zealots rather, don't have +1. Of course, he pulled out of that gas. But without Spine Crawlers or Roaches, you are just Dunions. Oh, he did put it back in. Okay, so he is gathering now. Will he get that +1? Maybe, but his timing is going to be well before it's finished. So he wants to take advantage of this fast warp gate. There's a pylon down in the lower right. He's going to plant one so he can warp in on the low ground, and he's going to be very close to his opponent. Oh my god, this is really cool. How is it going to work out? Oh, I'm excited.
Oh, he doesn't know about it yet. Oh, this is so cool. Again, at 6:30 though, he hasn't seen any gases. I guess he could be a little bit worried. But again, we have the pylons coming down, so this is going to be mainly Zealots and a little bit of a Stalker follow-up as well. This is going to be so strong. I think the early third base actually might kill him here.
Yeah, that was a pretty greedy thing to do against the build that he knew was coming, and now we are seeing the Warp-ins. Zealot, actually Sentry in there as well. And, you know, one good force field can make Zealots much more cost-effective against Roaches. Oh, this Queen is caught out, not going to be able to do any injects. There's the force field going to trap her, stop her from escaping, and oh man, Hob might be sweating a little bit right now. He's going to have to give up this third. He's just not going to be able to hold it.
Yep, so we have one Spine Claw coming up, but that's definitely not going to be enough. And here it comes in. So, yeah, man, it doesn't even finish. This build's really cool. I really like this. I've never really seen this build done in a long time. So I think it's... Oh, but again, there's actually 3 Roaches coming out.
Yeah, and Roaches, I mean, they're pretty good against Zealots, especially on creep, but there's a certain point where quantity just overcomes quality, and we're going to have lots and lots of Warp-ins, more Zealots, now a Stalker, which is going to stop the Roach kiting in its tracks. This is looking very scary for prOperty's Snoofe. Or, I'm sorry, Hob.
Yeah, so it looks like Hob is kind of in a little bit of trouble right now. I really feel like... I don't know if he can really stop this. This is so much stuff. This build was just kind of tailored. I really think he should have maybe like just kind of looked at the Chrono Boost on the core, because like he didn't really have anything in position. I mean, it's really hard in this map anyway, but I don't know, maybe having a Ling there earlier, perhaps. But oh wow, nice! Actually, I really like that kind of popping of the Lings, and they automatically target the Stalkers.
Yeah, it was very good, but it looks like the third and natural hatches do fall. And Hob here is officially holed up back in his main, but I mean, even if he's able to hold this off, we see all 4 gases now getting taken for Saravati, and here it comes. Really good spot there for Hob. Great concave with those Roaches, murdering those Zealots, and Saravati might have to pull back here, but now he's got a fresh wave of Zealots ready to come in and lay on the pain.
Yeah, and he's actually probing it behind this wall, so this isn't actually all in now. I really like that. It takes a very masterful player really to just go, alright, you know, I've done an all-in, I can't kill you, but I'm in a really good position. And I'm liking the micro too. So now...
Yeah, very nice with Saravati. And the nice thing about this attack on Metropolis, like, yeah, your opponent has a lot of Roaches out, but if he counterattacks, it's going to take forever to get to your base. It's not going to be effective at all. Looks like those feelings should be able to clean up. Oh, looks like this one Stalker will get away. The multiple pylons here for Saravati. He's got 4 on the side of Hob, so he's going to have quite a job cleaning all of those up.
So he's going to be pretty much just scouring the south side of the map for those pylons. So what's the follow-up, I guess, could be? Maybe probably an Immortal Wall-in. That would probably be a really solid follow-up. Maybe even a Colossus push again, just because they have to go that Spire if they really want to stop that. Again, maybe even... like, she's going double gas. I think maybe a Mutafort would be really good, because you actually have to keep the Protoss in the base, and you can actually come back. If they're not really good at dealing with Mutas, but again, like, Saravati's probably versed Mutas hundreds of times, and that's a lot of sentries, so that's kind of screaming to me maybe Immortal for.
Yeah, I mean, we saw in the last game Saravati played or not the last game, but when he played against Bobson, he got that early lead, and then he wasn't super aggressive.
Yeah.
He got that high tech up. He was ready to play the game out and just use his advantage. And I don't see any reason why he would change it up here on Metropolis. I mean, even though, he's done a lot of damage here. He's got a pretty good lead, but he might wait for Blink. And we do have a Twilight Council coming up, so a +2 Blink Stalkers with Immortals and Sentries, it will be unholdable. Without a lot of Mutalisks, it's just going to be...
I really felt he's going to take a third. Like, I think Saravati's not the type of player to go, man, there's no point to all in twice. Like, he's ahead.
Right.
If you're playing for, your team, in a team league, like, you don't want to just chuck away the game because you got too greedy. Like, man, he's dead, I'll just do it. And then sometimes you can just chuck away, like, pretty much a win just because of that. And, again, see? So, we get an Observer straight falling up afterwards. That's really cool.
Yeah, he's breaking on these rocks. He's going to take that third. He's going to be exactly aware of what his opponent's up to, but he's just playing it safe. There's no reason not to. There's no reason not to capitalize on these advantages. Blink is on the way. +1 on the way. +2 will soon be started. And I think, once his third is up, once he's got it secured, and once he has maybe 3 Immortals with that Blink and a lot of Stalkers, that's just a great time to push, even when your opponent isn't really far behind.
Yeah, and again, Hob actually sees the third base. He actually has a Ling at the north position. He sees it.
Ooh, sneaky. Very sneaky here from Hob.
Yeah, and I'm actually liking the creep spread. It's 30 minutes, and he's still kind of managed to go quite far away, even though he got all in. Like, he's still kind of doing it. I really like that.
Yeah, there are a lot of creep tumors here, as a matter of fact. Now, with the observers on the map, Saravati will be able to clean that up when he decides to push. We actually have a probe coming out here, and props to Hob. He picked off all 4 of those pylons, but now the probe here is going to be coming, laying one down over by the 4th base position, and we have a lot of Stalkers Blink coming in. Looks like Saravati is not going to go for that +2. He's just going to go for a lot of units, and we have this aggressive pylon. Looks like he's going to be getting ready to move out.
Yep, so he's going to do that Immortal Sentry you were talking about, my lovely friend. So, yep, just as Blink finishes, he's going to be doing it pretty much a timing, I feel, just going to be kind of moving for a step, just doing as much damage, maybe taking it the third. But again, the Infesta's out, so it's really going to be down to the Fungals, but he just doesn't have enough stuff. Like, wow. Like, he's got a bunch of Lings, but what are they going to do against, Blink and just Immortal Sentry with Blink? That's just so hard to hold.
Yeah, his +1 is nowhere close to finishing for Hob here. Saravati is operating off that +1, of course. And this aggressive pylon has not been scouted. It's warping in Stalkers now, and now it's going to be revealed as the Stalkers walk across the creep. But the army supply is 73 to 34. Hob is holed up. He's got a bunch of Spine Crawlers. How many Infestors does he have? 4 Infestors. They do have those Fungals. But Fungals are only going to get you so far, man.
Yeah, I really don't think he can hold this. There's so much stuff. 144 to supply, 290. And look, the Spines don't even get up. The Spines don't even burrow in time. And wow, yeah, there we go. This is unfortunately GG, pretty much for Hob.
Yeah, he gets a solid Fungal there, but there's just so much army left over. If you were to pool all these hit points together, that Fungal would not even be a chip in its armor. And now this army is just going to be rolling up in here. And it's just the army for the Zerg is so small. He's doing really well. He's getting these good Fungals here. But man, with this on top of you, what do you even do?
I like them. They're like the massive force with chunk right there. He uses all the energy, and unfortunately, yeah.
No, we actually got a pylon down here. The third going to warp in some Zealots. Good surround on these Stalkers here by these Zerglings, but they got a lot of Stalker buddies to back them up. And, props to Hobman. He is not giving up. He is fighting to the very last breath. And there it is, GG. Team prOperty is going to be down 3-1. Saravati taking 3 wins in a row. How about that?
Will Saravati
got
kill?
Some skills, man.
Will Saravati all kill, man?
Is it a Saravati all kill? Oh my god,
it
could be.
It could be, man. I don't know, people look into your wizard ball and kind of find out.
I mean, if we're going to have to predict the future here, Saravati's looking really strong. That is certainly a fact. We see he's got a large variety of builds, busting out all sorts of different stuff. But you also got to realize there's fatigue involved. He's played 3 games in a row. I like the fact that Hob stayed in as long as he could, just trying to wear his opponent out. Because that's the kind of mentality you have to have for these clan wars, especially when it's all-kill format. So will Saravati be able to pull it off for the 4th game in a row? Maybe. He's got the potential. But, I mean, prOperty... I'm going to have to give advantage prOperty for this next game coming up, the 5th game of the night.
Yeah. Because, they're probably going to pull out, they're like, hey, can you, I want you to do this specific build on this specific map, do it. And they're like, okay. And, let's say that's what their job is in these team leagues. You just go, alright, I'm really good against Protoss. So I walk in and I snipe. I'm like, sweet, that's my job. And then you're happy, and then and then maybe you can kind of win the next match. But you just sometimes you're just built as a sniper for a certain type of race, and sometimes some teams can't really beat certain players. Like it's a